Hello, this is part 4 of What If Deku Had the Death Notebook. And when he meets Shinso, they honestly understand each other pretty well. Basically, they become pretty good friends quickly and get each other's numbers. And Sharuk teases him about his attraction to Shinso. And Izuku throws an apple at Sharuk's face and says, in the most nicest terms, to screw off. And when he gets home, he sees a politician on television did some corrupt shit and is probably going to get away with it. So, he basically grabs the Death Note, basically, and has as accident drowning. Where basically, if he touches a body of water big enough to realistically drown in, he will drown. And within the day, that corrupt politician is dead. And Izuku says, okay, now let me think. Before I put the book down, is there anyone that needs to die? How about... Aha! Let's have... Let's go to... Moonfish. Or... What's his real identity? What is his real identity? Let's see. He puts to Google, what is Moonfish's real name?
According to NOAA Fisheries, National Oceanic...
And he gets a interesting search about a weird-looking fish. Then he just types in villain. And interestingly enough, there is no reported name for the villain. And just for interesting shits and giggles, he puts Moonfish down thinking it's not going to work because it's probably not his real name. But a few days later, Moonfish dies from suffocation because that's how Izuku put his death down. And Izuku thinks to himself, interesting. Then, after a few days of doing a few things from training with All Might, getting more of the beach down, speaking to Shinso more, and honestly having a crush that is unavoidable at this point, and also taking down fakes. For example, his first fake. Slugger from the United States. That came to Japan similar to Captain Celebrity. Let's just say it wasn't too hard to have him accidentally get burned to death to a burning fire that he was in. Thankfully, no one else got hurt. That was actually worth living. And, well... honestly, he's thinking about asking Shinso out. even though they've only been friends for 2.5 months. But honestly, Sharuk honestly thinks to himself, this is a lot worse than Light. Because at least with Light, he didn't take forever. Because Sharuk, yes, technically knows that Izuku is smarter than Light and more logical. But also the fact that, well, Light didn't have the anxiety Izuku has. And in his opinion, Izuku is taking forever to read signs. Bigger than the fucking moon. Because Shinso has become very, very obvious. To the point of quite literally flirting to the best of his ability. And Izuku has been denser than bricks. No, actually, denser than tungsten. Because bricks actually would fall under the weight of how dense Izuku has been. Or that's at least in Sharuk's opinion. Anyway, after Izuku does some training, he goes out with Shinso and asks if they can go on a date. And Shinso says yes. And, well, their first date is at a cat cafe. And, honestly, even though Sharuk knows at some point in the distant future, because, honestly, he's not going to kill Izuku as short as a time into the future as he did Light, because, honestly, this human's interesting. Even though it's more like a drama with Izuku. And now, that is the end of part 4. Now, anyone that's asking, Izuku has killed 34 individuals. But that is including the people I have mentioned. Also, so, in this reality, yes, Izuku semi-agrees with Stain, but doesn't know it yet. Anyway, please like and subscribe, and thank you.